Shalom, guys. Welcome in. Welcome back if you are returning back. I appreciate you all for returning as often as you do. Like I say, I mean that from my heart. I send you love and light. I lift you guys up in prayer and just want to say thank you today. If you are new, my name is Shannon. I'm glad to have you. Audio discretion advised. If you have little ones around, my channel is really intense. We talk about anything and everything, and the Most High God shows up here. I don't ask at the hand of nothing else except the creator of the universe and who put breath inside of us. And he is the only entity that is the truth, and his kingdom is ran by truth. And so I love Jehovah Elohim, maker of heaven and earth. And anyway, it's not a religious channel, but it's for uprightness. God himself is not religious. He's righteous, and he expects us in the earth to keep his commandments. And so he reveals some great big information here, and so it could shake you. I don't know, but only he knows in the secret place what you need to know. You could be in danger and not even know it, but Jehovah knows it. You could be somebody who's doing something wicked to somebody, and you're being warned to turn from that type of energy. And so I hope that you do. Otherwise, it's not going to be good. You're God's enemy, and he says he gets up in his enemy's face. And I wouldn't want to be I wouldn't want to be on that side of things. But anyway, this is who I am. Take it, leave it, do whatever you got to do with it. I am dealing with a criminal. I've been dealing with a criminal for a long time, and so there may be times I just stop and give a what for. And I feel the Holy Spirit, the energy that flows through me sometime is really intense. And so you'll just have to learn me as a reader, all right? And if you're supposed to be here, you will be here. Otherwise, thanks for checking me out. We have freedom of speech and we have rights. Nobody gets to take those rights away. And I always say you have a right to be upright or you have a right to be a kook. But all the kooks that choose that path got the big consequences. I don't know why anybody would want to choose that satanic nonsense is illusional to people, and they think they're going to be all powerful and all that kind of stuff. And it's illusional. It's a lie. The devil's a liar. I don't understand how people can know that the devil's a liar and they think that the devil's going to tell them I'm going to give you all this power, and it's a trap. And but anyway, you do have trolls and people that are just under the control of satanic nonsense, and we want to try to reach as many people as we can that haven't completely seared their soul. And it's a very serious work that I do, and I don't mess around. And so anyway, neither should you. So all right, guys, happy birthday, happy anniversary, all that kind of stuff. If you're down and out, I send you love and light today, and pray that the Most High will just touch you in any way that you need to be touched. Jehovah, I just thank you for this day. It is the day that you have made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it. And we will serve you with gladness of heart, because you tell us to serve you with gladness of heart. Don't say that it's a burden to serve Jehovah. We are all in a very tribulous time in our earth, and I was meditating with the Most High, and he was reminding me, it doesn't matter what's going on around us. He's our exceeding great reward, and we worship him from the heart and from the spirit of truth, and we are to worship him with gladness of heart. And so it doesn't mean that we don't go through down moments and things like that, but we must have gladness of heart and chase after his heart. And anyway, I just felt like saying that. We have the Nine of Pentacles, and this is about you and I having discernment. And somebody might be returning today to do something for a healing. And if that's upright, may God be with you in all your healing with people. Also came out with the strength card. And this is the pictograph of a wall or a ladder, or a construction worker always comes through for me when this comes out. Could be a firewall situation going on as well. This could be a maladministration if it's in the reverse. It's about having strength and sovereignty and things like that. Go back to the strength card. This is passing from one space to the next. It can be births and deaths here as well. The word chain is also here just in the phonics. I can't remember right now what this means, or if it does have a meaning. I want to say that it does. Your camp is here in the pictograph. Oh, excuse me. Is that the right one? Your camp. which your home is here, your family clan is coming out of this, or to continue something is also here. And the other direction of this goes to guiding or resting or quietness is here. Somebody could be being quiet in your home, maybe for positive or negative reasons, or thinking about coming back to restore something. Also, those of you who are married, you got the husband here. There could be a division going on for some of you all. We keep getting a lot of stuff about your ex and divorce stuff and things like that. But the wall here represents some type of a division is here. This is male and female when the strength card comes out. So we also have the star at the bottom of the deck. Somebody could be trying to shake some information out of somebody's mouth here today. If somebody's trying to divide themselves or separate themselves because there has been maybe deaths or child situations or whatever this is. This is about having some type of a discernment on some type of reconciliation today, folks. And this is exposing something. But there is a word out here that goes to shaking seed out of somebody's mouth. And so somebody, the other day, I got a card out of my basket. The most I said, somebody was trying to knock on somebody's tree to get their fruit to come out as well that way, because you got a lot of users in the earth. And which the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse of its energy is, I segregate you, and I know that you've got discernment, so I think I'll use you, and I'll act like I'm you kind of stuff, and that stuff ain't gonna cut it. There will be a judgment for that stuff, folks. Something's being exposed. Somebody's just acting. I guess they're acting. I guess you don't have, I don't know, any integrity in you to show up upright. Those of you who do some crazy stuff out here, you don't have a right to put your fingers on people's things. And we have family betrayal that came out really heavy last week. So let's see here what this is. So we got returning energy and people trying to get information about things. And maybe you are supposed to say something. Maybe you are supposed to shake something out of somebody's mouth. May God guide you, because the star is about guiding. If the star's in reverse, then somebody's angry and bitter. Okay, let's see. What's in the hidden space, please, Most High, that we need to know today? Okay, so if something's going to be exposed, there's a little thief here and a liar and a little cheat and traps with the little mice out here. And God says that those people who lay traps and dig pits and roll stones for other people, he said they actually are the ones that are going to fall in it. So they're just doing it for themselves. If somebody's already fell into something and somebody don't want to talk, if they're separating themselves on something, they're guilty. That'd be a guilty card. And this is anxiety, okay? And so the sun, this is pride then, if somebody don't want to talk about something. But for you who are standing in the upright with some discernment, something's going to be exposed, or something already has been exposed in the hidden space. You also have occupation or feeling weighed down or long-term stuff, but we're anchored in the Most High God, and we won't be moved for nothing but the truth. Whatever needs to come out will come out in its timing. And however you're going to get to the bottom of something, God's going to be with you. Somebody's fake here, whether it's out of your family or not. I mean, but your family clan is out here. And so somebody wearing a mask. Dangerous energy, folks. I mean, unless you are just being discreet for whatever and you're trying to get to the bottom of something, but you're doing it in the truth. But somebody around situation is nothing but a thief, a liar, and a cheat. And they're a rat. Rat will gnaw on things. Again, the Nine of Pentacles is here. They want to use you. May your fingers be chopped off, you thieves. In a very literal way. You don't give things back. Nine of Pentacles can go back to your inheritance as well. So if there has been a death of some sort around a matter, then somebody's tried to get your inheritance, and things like that don't belong to them. Belongs to the person that it belongs to. It don't belong to nobody else. You got rivalry right out of your own home here, but something's forced. Sun also goes back to being forced, so that shaking information is that somebody's going to shake something out of somebody, and you will speak. God will make your mouth open. You're cursed there. God says a curse goes into the thief's house. Somebody's family's out here, and somebody got something going on in a really nasty way. You better check out everything. I'm hearing what Aiken, I think that's what his name is, and they went out and was trying to figure out in the camp who took some stuff, And they went to I think it's Aiken is his name. I'm trying to wake up this morning, and they went and they found stuff buried under his tent, and his whole family got judged for that. They died. What do you have that's not yours today? Whoever I'm talking to that's in this energy, dangerous energy upon you and your whole household. You willing to, because God said the other day when I was reading that the wicked, when their candle goes out, he lays up iniquity, and that you're going to see your children die. There's birth and death and children out here when the fifth house comes out. Okay. Also heirs to kingdoms and children and births and stuff, because this is the sperm here. It goes back to that, and this is eternity. So we got death out here on somebody. Somebody ain't willing to speak because you don't want to die. It's too late. Somebody's already hanging in the balance here. If somebody knows some information and feeling weighed down, it's because sin does that. You better throw aside every weight that easily besets you. If there's time, God give you a space to do something what's right, and then there's death and a judgment on you, because sin brings death, folks. Some people, there's a death situation out here. Show me what you want to bring out here. So suffering in silence. You better speak up. You're being told to, because somebody's a liar out here on something. You better face it. Anyway, I don't know what you face, but you face a bad judgment from the Most High God, the eternal God, who says you don't thieve, you don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't do any of that kind of stuff. And somebody's betrayed their family out here. Says something's happened. This nightlife card keeps coming out. Something's happened in the nighttime. I guess so. Somebody in the hidden spaces has got the information. With that sun being here, somebody's prideful and willing to lie, but they're feeling weighed down in that hidden space. So whatever's happened. Okay, in the nightlife, it says, the striptease stuff, gambling stuff, Vegas. Maybe I'm talking to somebody who lives in Vegas, whatever that is. And then daydreaming. So something about the nighttime, and then sleeping during the day. Maybe you work at night, sleep during the day. I don't know why those would come out, but there's something about just the nighttime in general. Something's happened. But you got the sun out here as well. Burned bridges. Okay, there's something about there is something about a fire. Right before I went to bed, because God keeps bringing out fire stuff on the channel, and right before I went to bed, I heard God say, stick my hand down in my homemade deck, and a building and a house fire came out. And so there is something to that. All right. So whatever's going on, we get matches here, but this card says burned bridges, lack of trust, disloyal, turn back on. So somebody is trying to come back around with that reconciliation, but you ain't going to turn nothing back on unless the truth's around it, and unless you're going to be genuine. And maybe you need to go to counseling, and you're going to have to let it, just put it all on the table here, whatever it is. You got lack of trust, you have to rebuild if it's possible. If you have your soul and you fear God, then there's nothing impossible with him to fix, okay? Whatever that is. But if you're just suffering in silence, you ain't ever going to get back in nowhere if you think you're going to lie. If somebody's trying to come back in to try to lie, because there's money around some stuff as well today to heal, and they still want to lie, and you take that back, you're going to have a bad consequence. So somebody's being fake out here somewhere with that false person card. There was a main female or a main male underneath that false person card. It's so the birth certificate. Okay, well, it landed on the sperm here, and the children energy is here, and those people who have, and then there's the lost pregnancy. Okay, so there's something about a pregnancy that comes out on the platform all the time. I address that in the Sagittarius reading as well, and you are going to face what you've done. We've also got people that have taken, my birth certificate has been taken for somebody's using it as a false person. Okay, and you're not me, and if I'm talking to you, you will go to jail for that. It's illegal what you did to me and all of you all who have also had similar stuff. So anyway, we have a birth certificate and a lost pregnancy situation going on out here, and however that plays out for any given person, those want to come out. So come on, you will continue to speak on. What else do we need to know? Everything comes out of the hidden space, folks. You and I could never hide anything. Nothing. You better get that in your mind to understand that God brings everything out. Somebody's name could be Mark. Okay, but the M represents the death card in the deck, and then the ark. And the death card goes back to the ocean. And we are at the time of Noah here. But somebody marked something on a birth certificate. Okay? Anyway, it says that Jehovah is revealing that somebody's caught for sleeping with the enemy. Okay, we got like sleeping type of energy that's out here. Just sleeping stuff, but just to bring that out. All right, well, somebody's gotten pregnant with somebody. And God's already is revealing it in the hidden space. Somebody's been suffering in silence for that thing, for whatever they've done. It says that the works of the flesh are manifest. Adultery is the first one on this list. Okay, so somebody's been sleeping with somebody's husband, or somebody's husband slept with somebody's wife, or just maybe a single person with that 9 of Pentacles that's here. The works of flesh, they're manifest. Adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murder, drunkenness, revelings, and any such alike shall not inherit the kingdom of Jehovah. Okay, that's fleshly stuff. That ain't the fruit of the Spirit. It says that the hand of Jehovah shall be known towards his servants, and his indignation towards his enemy. Again, somebody ain't going to get up in here and do what's right. You are automatically God's enemy, and you're going to have to bear something from God Almighty. Now that gives me chills. But anyway, you can go ahead and be a big shot and do whatever you think you're going to do. Somebody works for security. Yeah, somebody does, because this little whore comes back around and does some stuff to tickety-tack also on people's electronics so that they can use people. And you're really in a bad ordeal with that. It says, he that spares his rod hates his child, but he that loves him chastises him betimes. Some of y'all got kid situations, and you really need to get them under control. Okay, somebody needs to stay on their kid. Let me read this. The in-laws are coming out. Okay, well, your family's here. It says, be wise now, therefore, you kings, and be instructed, you judges of the earth. Serve Jehovah with fear, and rejoice with trembling. Kiss the Son, lest he be angry, and you perish in the way. From the way when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in Jehovah. So you get to come back and do something what's right, regardless how you're suffering about it. If you put your trust in Jehovah, all who call out upon him shall be saved. He's given somebody some chance out here to have grace. But if you miss that chance, folks, and you don't want to get up in here and do something the way God says, and you just kindle him just a little bit, you ain't seen nothing till the fire of God comes after you. Okay? And it's really, really intense out here. Let me see from this deck. Thank you. The mob. This kept coming out. Okay, well, somebody did some stuff out here for money. Okay? And your family's connected to it, or your in-laws did it, try to kill somebody off, or they had the baby, or they did something with somebody's birth certificate, whatever it is. But somebody ain't in a good place out here. So they're gonna be exposed. You're gonna have to bear the reproach of what you did, folks, and whatever this is for any given person. You're just gonna have to. There ain't no way out except the truth. Murder. Well, somebody's hit somebody off. It is hurtful, isn't it? I don't know who people think they are. If somebody already did get murdered out of this matter, somebody knows that information. Somebody just connect with your family. And somebody's still around putting a little mask on, and they're sitting here suffering. Let us not suffer for that kind of stuff. Somebody did something really bad here in a very fleshly type of way. Fields, to go out to fight on a battleground. Go ahead. You ain't going to get away. God's going to fight you. Okay? You ain't going to get away with this, whoever I'm talking to. You're being judged for it if you don't open your mouth and say what's right. If you're sitting there suffering because, oh, it's too hurtful for me to say what I know because of what somebody so-and-so did to you, there's a criminal around. Anyway, however you're suffering. The letter E It also looked like a M or a W. This is my meow, because MEW in the phonics would make that. So maybe somebody's a cat lover. We do have a lion showing here just for cat energy. I just feel led to say so. But this represents a horse. Maybe somebody has horses. It is a loyalty. It's a friend rune, and it's increase in promotion. But somebody's a thief. Somebody thought they were just going to get up in here and pop somebody off and I'm going to get your stuff. No, you just lost your life. Or you're going to lose your life if you don't repent and do what's right, and God shuts that door on you. You could knock and knock and knock, and He ain't ever going to open the door if you don't do what's right. You better be wise out here. You better be wise out here in what you do. Then we have the letter O. Okay, we have Missouri, if I want to bring it that way. Anyway, woe unto you who build your house in unrighteousness, is what God says. Okay? Suddenly, just like that, something's going to take place. You ain't secure. You work for security, but there's breach energy out here around stuff. Spiritual breaches and natural breaches and stuff like that. But somebody's got a fault on them. And somebody knows the information. This is your family. This is inheritance. This is any kind of assets. Okay, it's also about traditional viewpoints, and somebody, I guess, didn't like your little traditional whatever way. And God ain't about traditions of man. He's got His own way, folks. And people get really upset because, well, we think we can write laws, and now we're cool because we got a law that says God talks about people writing laws that are not His eternal laws and things like that. But anyway, whatever that's about with traditional viewpoints, and somebody's had some type of hurtful things taking place and all hell's broken loose because of that, then anyway, whatever that's about. The number 0 or the letter O, and that's the Fool card, which also is the Tav, which is to mark something, and the word mark came out. So somebody did mark something on a matter. Okay? And this is a good luck rune or favor rune if you do what's correct. You don't really get any kind of favor or luck or anything unless God's on your side and you're doing what God tells you and I to do all day long. Anyway, somebody's got some big energies to deal with today. Okay? And if you don't do what's right, then you're a lost cause. Because something's already exposed out here on something. Some people do know, and that's why there's shaking information out. All right? People need to check your household. You need to talk to your in-laws. I guess you do. This is what come out. I send you love and light, and I'll be back next time. Shalom.